even get to cross.
What's up, guys? This is What's My Game, and as always, please subscribe and like. Thank you so much. You guys are the best, and I hope you enjoyed today's video.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And joining us a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. We've got Orlando and Chicago. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Orlando, Wall out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant. Then there's Noah. And it's Griffin in at the power forward position. Gasol with it. Westbrook picks him up. Stolen by Westbrook. Flushes it down to finish the break.
You gotta have some guts and guile to take it to the bucket strong despite the big fella standing in the way.
Noah with a screen for Rose. Noah against Noah. Got a piece of it. Here's Gasol. No good off the back of the rim.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Wall passes to Westbrook. Feeds it to Durant. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Durant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Dishes it to Dunlap. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Still Bulls ball. 11 seconds for the shot.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That'll be his second foul of the game.
A couple of back-to-back fouls for him. He's going to have to be very careful the way he's playing.
Paul's checked in for John Wall. Now here's Butler. Rose dishes to Butler. 6 to shoot. Tipped away. Here's Rose. There's the feed to Dunleavy. Bangs home the trifecta. Dunleavy's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Paul kicks to Griffin. From deep, rejected by Gasol. Right side Gasol. He feeds it to Rose. Lays it up and banks it in.
Beautiful cut to the hoop. He's getting anything he wants here already.
And so here's Orlando. And it's Paul penetrating. That's good.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 or 4 so far.
Now here's Butler. Pass to Gasol. Back to Butler. High post try. Again, Chicago.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
And here is Noah. The drive by Paul. No good with the layup. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Rose against Paul. Gasol, a screen on Paul. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Pass to Gasol. Shot no good. And Orlando the other way now. Paul outside. Passes it to Westbrook. The wide open look for Durant. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And that's now 6 points for Kevin Durant. Chicago trails by 3. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Dunleavy the pass to Gasol. Kicks it to Butler. From down in the low post, it goes. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
Paul, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Orlando shooting their first free throws of the evening. First one falls for. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. McDermott's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Rose. Orlando also making some changes. Love check in for Noah. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's DeRozan in for Russell Westbrook. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Orlando. Here's Mirotic. Orlando grabs the miss.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Mirotic following the bucket by Orlando. Knocks it loose. Heinrich outside. Here's the 3. That's good. Heinrich's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch. Excellent defense on the perimeter that time. He probably should have passed up that shot.
And Davis sends it back. Durant dishes to Lowry. For Orlando, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. Tony Snell's checked in for Butler. And a switcher also for Orlando. Leonard's checked in, and Kyle Lowry drops them both. Chicago trails by 4. Heinrich outside. The dish to McDermott. Poked away and stolen by Kyle Lowry. It's DeRozan with the drive. Heinrich against Lowry. Here's Davis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
They've really built this league, Kevin, at the free throw line.
Chicago with the ball. 6-point game. And Gibson kicks to Heinrich. Count it from 12. Heinrich's got 5 now. And it's Lowry penetrating. Goes up the baseline. And Gibson sends it back. Leonard kicks to DeRozan for the 3. That drops. DeRozan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, they've really come out on fire with the killer instinct here, absolutely torching it from beyond the arc.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. No good from Gibson.
You know, they've been beating this club to a lot of loose balls and rebounds here early on.
Love the work ethic they've come out of the locker room with.
And that one's good by Davis.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
And Mirotic has it in the corner. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That one on Love.
Even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the officials.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Outside Lowry. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Oh, what a at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Orlando out in front. They're up by 11. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
Inside, Gibson and Noah. Rose and Snell teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Davis gets it to go.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
The pass to Dunleavy. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to Gasol. The shot is off.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. The rebounding is right there at the top of the list. Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively, it has all been working for them today.
Rose passes to Snell. And again, Chicago, no good. Orlando leading by 15. Wall dishes to Leonard. Back to Wall. Orlando moving the ball around. DeRozan. Goes back up. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. For Orlando, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Morning's checked in for Love. Millsap comes in for Davis. Durant's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And
oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
Hey, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Noah kicks to Rose. The 10-footer. That one a little long.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
It's tipped. Stolen by Noah. Butler against Durant. Butler passes to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Outside Westbrook. Durant kicks to Morning. Clock at 6. And stolen by Butler. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Ball going up court. And Wall slams it home.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Orlando making some changes. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Morning. Griffin comes in for Paul Millsap. And Paul's subbed in for John Wall. Here's Rose. Out left to the wing. Westbrook against Butler. He kicks it to Dunleavy. Back to Butler. 6 to shoot. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
I think we can all agree that the NBA has become a bit of a nicer, friendlier league over the past few decades. Less animosity with players and less brutal rivalries, but there is still a level of trash talking going on, and I think at times it's a factor in games.
Westbrook passes to Griffin. Right side Durant. Paul for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Westbrook against Rose. Butler with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Butler. Rose has got 5.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
The drive by Paul. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And the first one at the line is good. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. McDermott's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
Paul with the ball. Now defended by McDermott. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Hits it from 3-point range. Westbrook's got 5 now. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And you see a player have to come out of the game like this. I mean, you just hope for the best.
That's exactly right. You do hope for the best. You cross your fingers, say a prayer, and hope it's nothing major. We'll see what the update is here shortly.
And Orlando making a change here. Wall's checked in. McDermott with the screen for Heinrich. From 18 feet away. Good on the jump shot.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Orlando leading by 16. And it's Paul penetrating. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Over to the wing. Mirotic has a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Griffin. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. That's good.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that.
McDermott kicks to Heinrich. Outside Butler. Lets it fly from 18. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Durant dishes to Noah. Orlando moving the ball around. Launches it. And it's Durant missing. Chicago trails by 21. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Butler passes to Gibson. And Durant with the block. And Wall kicks to Paul. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
And through the first half, a pretty... Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
And Chicago has their hands full guarding against Durant.
9 points and 2 rebounds. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
Yeah, just on the strength of his defense alone, he would have stood out, but his offense has been outstanding as well.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So on the floor for Orlando, we've got Durant. Noah is out there with Griffin. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Wall in at the 1. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Back to Rose. The tray. Can't hit. So Orlando will take it the other way. Okay, time now for an injury report. Now let's check in with our Doris Burke to see how Russell Westbrook is doing.
Gentlemen, the head athletic trainer for Orlando provided some information. The news is not good at all. It looks like a broken ankle with additional injury to the surrounding connective tissue. He's not coming back into this game and could be staring at a very lengthy recovery process, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
Yeah, and we know one thing, Kevin. This guy loves to play, so he's going to do everything possible to get back out onto the court.
Definitely. Let's hope it's a speedy recovery for him.
Rose, good.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Looks like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning the timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
Morning's checked in for Noah. Orlando leading by 21. Outside, Wall. Here's DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Here comes Derrick Rose. He's got 7. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, he just isn't pleased at all with the looks they've given up defensively inside. So I think this timeout is all about trying to get his group to tighten up defensively.
They just don't look very sharp to me on the defensive side.
And Orlando making a change here. Paul's checked in. "90 seconds now into the second half. Dunleavy dishes to Rose. Double team on Rose.
Jump ball.
And Orlando has possession. Orlando leading by 21. Griffin with it. Gasol covering. They get a hand on it. Wall passes to Paul. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And that's now 11 points for Chris Paul.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Rose kicks to Gasol. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
Chicago shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Gasol drops 2. Now Morning. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Again, the miss by Paul. And here is Butler. Noah with a screen on Wall. Double team on Rose. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. Left side Gasol. Shot clock at 6. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Orlando leading by 20. Here's Griffin using his post move to get the 2 points. Griffin's got his first basket.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Butler dishes to Noah. Poked loose. Wall with the steal. Pushing it up. And Paul slams it in.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Love's check in for Mourner. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Leonard in for Paul.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And Wall. Here we go now. Feeds to Durant. From the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Outside Butler. Dishes it to Rose. Outside Butler. Dunleavy for three, and he gets it to go. Dunleavy's got 6.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field, and everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that, this game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line, and they found a way to do it here in the second half.
Chicago trails by 21. Butler passes to Noah. Butler sets a screen for Noah. Back to Butler. Shoots off the screen. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Love's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Leonard, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And a switcher also for Orlando. Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for John Wall. Heinrich up top. Lowry covering. Heinrich kicks to Snell. Lowry brings the double. Now the feed to Gibson. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Orlando. Orlando leading by 23.
Oh, man, what a play.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Heinrich dishes to Snell. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, last year at the free throw line, he was successful 76% of the time.
John Wall's checked in for Durant. And so he makes both from the line. And Orlando has possession. It's Wall with the drive. And that one falls coming off of Davis's speed. 10 points for John Wall.
I love what they're doing, trying to put the hammer down, attacking the basket when they can.
Heinrich outside. 46 seconds left in the third. He feeds it to Gibson. Rejected by Wall. And they'll keep possession. Now here's DeRozan. He's covered closely, and that one's good. Love.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Gibson with the screen on DeRozan. Snell the pass to Gibson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Boy, what a nice third quarter surge they've got going on right now.
You know, Steve, never a better time than the third quarter in my mind to get the momentum going your way.
Pass to Mirotic. Goes up on the wing. The shot is off. Here's Leonard. And no good trying to get that one. And at the end of the third. McDermott is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Heinrich. Then there's Muhammad. And it's Snell in at the 2 guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
You know, guys, every coach would love to play his star player every minute of an NBA season, but it's impossible given the limits of endurance and the risk of injury. It's basically a balancing act. I think teams are becoming wiser, though, in terms of keeping players fresh and helping them recover between games.
And looking at player recovery, now with the ability to track player movement, either with cameras or even sensors that players can wear, teams are better able to measure the workload of players, helping them make decisions about where rest is needed. And that's really a golden bullet. And again, another example of information being used to enhance player performance.
McDermott kicks to Heinrich. Shot clock at 6. And another shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the first one at the line is good. Brooks checked in for Chicago. Paul's checked in for Orlando. Second free throw, no good. And guys, across sports, the key to winning is keeping your star players available.
Well, teams are learning a lot from player tracking. You know, for one, morning shoot-arounds may be more draining than we realized, so some teams are cutting those down. And also, athletes do better with frequent short rests, so subbing often can leave players with more energy in crunch time. That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Pass to Millsap. It's deflected. And here's the fast break. Bairstow, the pass to Muhammad. Here's Snell. He's covered by Leonard. Pass to Brooks. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Well, I tell you what, that is a lot harder than it appears. You've got to get your body angle just right to shield you from the defense.
And Orlando making a change here. Joakim Noah's checked in for Mourning. Griffin comes in for Paul Millsap. Kevin Durant's checked in for Paul. And John Wall's subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Gasol dishes to Butler. Griffin on the double team. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Brooks. Outside Leonard. Back to Wall. Three-pointer. Wall with another miss. Chicago trails by 21. Dunleavy kicks it to Noah. Wants to get it to Butler and does. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Nails the wide open jump shot.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
And it's Orlando's ball. Shoots the three. Some solid defense from Butler.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Rose goes in. That doesn't go either for Rose.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
He's off on the first. And Orlando making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. And he sinks the second. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
And 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Kicks to Dunleavy. Into Noah. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
Couldn't quite hang on to it. They can't afford too many turnovers.
Orlando leading by 20.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern. And I would say amen to that.
Third personal foul. 14 foul.
Stolen by Noah.
It's been their game. They've owned it and still wreaking a little havoc with their D.
Orlando moving the ball around. DeRozan passes to Wall. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Wall's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last two teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
5 on the clock. Noah's shot is off.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Noah's shot is off.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit too. Boy, and this run really triggered by their transition offense.
I've seen a burst of energy from these guys, and their offense is really starting to click.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter.
You know, sports medicine, really a key part to keeping NBA players on the court. It's getting so advanced, as are most things when it comes to performance and performance enhancement. But I read recently that they've discovered a new knee ligament. You'd think they'd have it all mapped out by now, but apparently not. They continue to make new discoveries.
And the slam by Blake Griffin. Butler with the ball.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for Orlando.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for John Wall. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long. And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And Steve, they did it in style, a beat down the entire way.
Rose against Wall. Outside Rose. Clock at 6. And it's Butler missing.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Here's Wall. Offline with his 3. And here's Rose.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
And that one's good by Noah.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
DeRozan. And good as it rattles through the hoop. And Orlando leads by 21. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Rose against Wall. Rose dishes to Noah. And it's blocked by Noah. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
14 seconds on the shot clock. 14. Substitution on the court.
Here's Snell. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.